Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overborn. I'm going to be doing my review for the 2011 movie Final Destination 5. So this movie is directed by Stephen Quayle, and in this movie death is just as omnipresent as ever and is unleashed after Sam has a premonition and saves a group of his co-workers from a terrifying suspension bridge collapse. And this group of unsuspecting souls was never supposed to survive, and in a terrifying race against time, the ill-fated group frantically tries to discover ways to escape death's sinister agenda. I don't really care for this movie very much. I really am a big fan of the first three Final Destination movies, and the fourth one is kind of a guilty pleasure, so bad it's good type movie. I could enjoy it for that reason. And then we get to this one, and it is just so droll and boring, and they try to add humor into it and stuff too. They try to make each kill kind of comical and everything in it. It just doesn't work. Like the tone of the story with the humor of the kills and stuff don't work in this movie. Like it worked really well in Final Destination 2, and they tried to recreate it in 4, and it just didn't work and everything. I like how like this franchise, the first one and the third one have the same tone, and 4 tries to have the same tone as 2, but it doesn't quite get it, but it does better than this one. Tries to go back to that tone of the first and third movie, but it also incorporate the tone of the second and fourth, and it just doesn't work and everything. Like you could tell they were trying to mix the tones of all these movies, and it works if you're going to do it humorously for one movie and be more serious in another or something. It would make more sense to do it that way than trying to combine them into this movie the way they did. It just didn't work and everything. And the kills in here are okay. There are some pretty good ones, especially the gymnastic kills. Every time I watch it, it makes me cringe. It's just so brutal and everything, but it's a really good kill. And I can't remember what he's doing. He's like doing some kind of massage therapy thing, and he's getting these little pointy things put in him. I can't remember what they call that, but that one always got to me too. These little pointy needle things going in his skin, and he falls on top of them, and it's just another one that makes me cringe. And then the Buddha head falls on top of his head, which is probably my favorite kill in the whole movie because it's both humorous and also like, man, I would hate to have that happen to me, because I can't imagine one of those huge Buddha statue things that they have at the Chinese restaurants and stuff falling on my head. That would hurt and everything, and I'd hope that it would smash my head in, because I would not want to have to survive the injuries from that, because that would hurt like hell. But that was a pretty good kill. But one of the main reasons I don't like this movie, and part of it is because it is effective and it does its job right and everything, but one of the reasons I don't like watching this movie is that kill with the eyes. The girl's having eye surgery, and the machine goes off in her eye, and it freaks me out because my family has been known to have cataracts in their eyes where they have to have eye surgery when they get older, and that's something that freaks me out, because I know more than likely I'm going to have eye surgery when I get older, because my eyes aren't the best and everything. And that's one thing that freaks me out every time I watch this movie, and it makes me not want to watch it and everything. That scene freaks me out so bad that I don't want to watch it because of that. But really, aside from the fun kills, there isn't really a lot to say about this movie that I really like, though. Like, none of the characters are that memorable. Most of them are just there to die and everything, and they get their deaths and everything. Some of them are just literally their only two die. They don't have a personality or anything. Like, they have David Koechner in here, who's usually a really funny guy and everything. He's in here at the beginning for the premonition scene, and then they show him right before he dies. I think they keep him out of the story pretty much, and it's like, why couldn't you have added him? And he's like, if you want to add humor into it, you got a funny person in here to do it, why not do it and everything? But he got a pretty brutal kill too. Not the best in the franchise, but a pretty good one. So the kills are okay in this movie. They're definitely way better than they were in the fourth movie, but the kills aren't near as good in this one as they are, say, the first three for sure, and to an extent even the fourth one and everything. And they still use really bad CGI that looks just as bad as 4, if not worse, and everything. It just, CGI and horror movies don't really mix for me, because I've seen so many great horror movies with great practical effects that whenever I do see horror movies with bad CGI blood and stuff, it kind of takes it out of the movie for me, and this one definitely did that, and everything. I just felt like it could have been done a lot better, and this movie just didn't work as good as a lot of the other movies in the franchise. So Final Destination 5 is okay, and that's all I can really say about it. Is it's just okay. So I'd give it I'd give Final Destination 5 a D+. Like I said, if it weren't for the kills, it probably would get an F, just because the characters are so unlikable. And also, I forgot to mention, one of the things I hated is one of the ways they think they can cheat death is by killing a person and stuff. That whole subplot was just kind of dumb and everything. On a writing standpoint, it sounded like a good idea, but on paper and when you actually have it in the movie, it just wasn't executed well and everything. But this movie just wasn't very great. So Final Destination 5 is easily one of my least favorite movies in the franchise, and everything. Very, very annoying movie, because it could have been so good. Like the first 4, I have fun with them. Even the fourth one, which isn't very good either, I can at least have fun with it. This one took itself way too seriously and everything, and then when it did try to add humor, it just didn't work and everything. So but anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Final Destination 5, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.